create another function with strings. First, what I will declare the function name, keyword, and then my function again. My func. Let's type it like that. And now I will do what? I will open and close the round brackets, type in colon, and now I want to give the values for this function. In order to give values, first I will call it my func, and then I can just type in 3 values. So this is the first one, Volvo. This is the second one. As an example, Toyota. And let's add one more. It could be what? Or Kia. Let's see. Yes, Kia would be okay. Okay, and now I want to print out these car names here. How should I do this? I will type in car 1, car 2, and car 3. These are the arguments which have been replaced as the variables here. But now you can even print them out. You could just type in like print the oldest car is, let's see, like it might be car 3. Car 3. I have a spelling error here, car 3. If I click enter, you could see that it will print out the result as the car 3 will be the second or third position here. From 0 it will be the third position, and I will print the third position and a third element here, and the third element here will be the Kia. But if I want to give a condition here, because maybe I might have another function call here, and in this time I would have the was here, for example, but I want to print out these values differently based on the if statement here. How should I do this? If I have this option, like this option here, my car will be the Kia. The oldest car will be what? The Kia, as this is in present here. But if I have these options between Volvo, Toyota, and was, the oldest should be the was. How should I give a condition here? I could just type in if car 1, right, equals Volvo. Make sure that your spelling is good and correct for all these characters, and car 2 is equal to what? Toyota, and car 3 is equal to Kia. If we have a kind of this range or these options here, we have 3 types of cars and we want to print out the oldest one. And now I will do what? I will print out this condition here. After clicking the enter in colon, you could see that it will give this position here, and we should put the print position exactly here. Otherwise it will give me an error. If I click enter, it will print out an error here. What is the error? This is a syntax error. If I click enter again, it will print out again the error. Name car is not defined. Where is the car? This one. Yes, I have a spelling error here. And click run again. You could see that it will print out the result. Like in this range, if I have this condition, my car will be, old car will be Kia. But we could do it for the second one here. If this one will be the was again, the condition will be this one, like was, the oldest car will be the was in these options here. But if we have a Kia, Volvo, and Toyota, the oldest one will be Kia. And now you can just use or take this function wherever you want. You can just use it inside of your code, and that's why because it takes all these arguments here. Is this if condition is being taken by this one, or this condition is being taken by this one, while the other one is taken by this one. Does not matter here. We could also use this like with the star sign. If I type in just cars, and let's just delete one of them and delete this one too, we don't need it. And why I want to get access these ones and print them out with the help of this one, and I don't want to just repeat car 1, car 2, car 3. I will just type in star sign and cars, and it will take all these elements here. If I just run it, it will print out error because car 1 is not defined. We haven't defined the car 1 here. But here, instead of car 1, I will use cars and 0. 0 will be the first, this Volvo element, while cars first will be the second element, Toyota, and cars 3 will be 2 will be the Kia. And here I will type in what? Cars 3 instead of cars 3. Cars 3 we have cars 2 here. If I click Alt Enter, you could see that it will work good. And you don't usually pass a lot of codes or argument inside directly to the function itself, like here. We usually do what? We usually give a variable and assigning it to the variable inside or to an array. How we will do this? Let's see that we have a function like defined function like 1, and here I have food here. And now after the colon, if I want to print out or call this function again, I will call it here, and now I will do what? After calling it, I will type in my body elements inside of this function. First I will do what? I want the data here, and the data will be stored to the variable. I don't want to give it directly here. I will create a variable called fruits, for example. Then this one will be equal to the array, and array will contain apple, banana, and then it will contain cherry, right? And I want to print or get loops through these values and print them out. How should I do this? Well, I can even do it with the help of the fruits variable. I will pass it the variable here instead of this list. After passing here, this food will take the values of this variable here. After clicking here, it will give you position where you should write in your code, and here I will type in the for loop in food. I will want to loop through these elements here and print them out. I will just print out the X. If I click Alt Enter, you can see that it will print out all these elements here. Let's just try to change the position of this array and pass it here. Would it work like that if I pass it before for loop here and run it? No, it would not print it, because for loop should be instantly after the function itself here. Let's go back it and place it to the first or to the initial position here. And always remember that these arguments are defined sequentially one after another. We could even give the index numbers for each element here. We already know how to do this in the previous lesson. We have learned it. X, Y, in what we will add enumerate function and surrounded with round brackets and print them out. X will be index, Y will be the element itself here. You could see it will print out the result here. There are also predefined functions in Python, like let's see that we have values here, and values equals to what? Let's create an array. It might contain 0, 7.0, for example 9.5, 8, and 10 as an example. And predefined functions are very useful to know. Let's see that I want to sum all of these elements, and in order to sum them I will use the predefined function in Python called sum, and store the values of this list here, or the variable that holds all these variables here, and will sum out all these elements here. We could also use the length in order to check the number of elements inside of this list. And then we could use what? We could use sorted. Sorted is also very useful to know. If I type in sorted values, click enter, it will sort it in an ascending order from 7 to 10, while we haven't ordered it here. We could even assign it to the variable and run it and print it anywhere we like run. You could see that the result is the same. Also we have max values and min values. Click enter, it will print out 17. The maximum value here is 10 and the minimum value is 7, and we have added maximum values to the minimum values and printed out the result here, and the result will be what? The result will be 17 here. In the next lesson we will learn how to use if, else and for loops with functions. Thank you again for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye.